The world is full of strange, unexplainable events. Sometimes, the most terrifying monsters aren't hiding under your bed, but walking among us in plain sight. Tonight, I'm going to share 3 true stories that blur the line between the everyday and the absolutely horrifying. These aren't tales of ghosts or ghouls, but of chilling encounters that could happen to anyone. So, dim the lights, get comfortable, and prepare to question everything you think you know about safety. Our first story comes from a college student named Mark, who was house sitting for a professor over a long winter break. The house was huge, isolated, and eerily quiet. On the third night, Mark was watching TV in the living room when he heard a soft thud from upstairs. He muted the TV, listening. Silence. He brushed it off as the old house settling. A few minutes later, another thud, this time closer, seemingly from the top of the stairs. His heart began to pound. He grabbed a heavy fireplace poker and slowly crept towards the staircase. Peeking around the corner, he saw nothing, just a long dark hallway. He called out, "Hello." His voice echoed back at him. As he turned to go back to the couch, he noticed something on the polished hardwood floor. A single, wet footprint. But it wasn't raining, and he hadn't been upstairs. The unsettling part, the print was facing away from the stairs, towards the master bedroom, at the end of the hall, as if someone had just walked up and was now waiting for him. He didn't wait to find out who. He ran out of the house, got in his car, and drove straight to a friend's place, never looking back. The police later found the back door unlocked, but no one was inside. No one they could find, anyway. Next, we follow Sarah, a nurse working the night shift at a small rural hospital. One evening, an elderly woman was admitted with what seemed like a severe case of dementia. She was agitated, whispering about the man with no shadow. The staff tried to calm her, but she'd only stare intently at the corner of her room, her eyes wide with terror. Sarah, being practical, assumed it was a hallucination. Around 3 a.m., things got quiet. Too quiet. Sarah went to check on the woman and found her sleeping peacefully. Relieved, Sarah went to the nurse's station to catch up on paperwork. The station had a large window overlooking the main hallway. As she wrote, a flicker of movement caught her eye. A maintenance worker was walking down the hall, pushing a cleaning cart. Nothing unusual. But as he passed under the bright fluorescent lights, Sarah felt a cold dread wash over her. The man cast no shadow. His form was solid, but where his shadow should have stretched out behind him, there was nothing. Just the sterile, white floor. Her blood ran cold as she remembered the old woman's frantic whispers. She looked from the man back to the empty space where his shadow should be, her mind refusing to process what she was seeing. The man continued down the hall, turned a corner, and was gone. Sarah never saw him again, but for the rest of her nights at that hospital, she could never bring herself to look down the main hallway after midnight. Our final story is perhaps the most unnerving. It involves a young couple, Liam and Chloe, who bought their first home, a charming little fixer-upper on the edge of town. They were excited, spending weekends painting and renovating. One Saturday, while clearing out the dusty attic, Liam found an old wooden box. Inside was a collection of vintage photographs of the house, dating back decades. As they looked through them, they noticed something odd. In a photo from the 1970s, a faint, blurry figure of a person could be seen looking out of the upstairs window, the very room they had just painted for their future nursery. They laughed it off as a trick of the light, but then they looked at a photo from the 1990s taken by a different family. There it was again, the same indistinct figure, in the same window, in the same pose. A cold knot formed in Liam's stomach. They sorted through the rest, photo after photo, spanning over 50 years, each taken by different owners, showed the exact same ghostly silhouette in the window. The last photo in the box was a modern Polaroid. It was a picture of the front of the house, taken just a few weeks before they bought it. And there, staring out from the nursery window, was the same dark, undefined shape. The final, terrifying realization hit them when they turned the Polaroid over. Scrawled on the back in messy handwriting were the words, "It likes to watch." They sold the house a month later. Reality can be far more frightening than fiction. These stories serve as a chilling reminder that the world holds mysteries we may never understand. Thank you for joining me in the shadows tonight. If you enjoyed these stories and want to hear more unsettling truths, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Until next time, stay safe and try to get some sleep.